Hello, everyone. This is Gene Park of the Washington Post and co-host of the Nintendo podcast Punching Up on Last Stand Media, coming at you from my YouTube channel. Now, I obviously don't have a consistent plan or schedule for this channel. You can look at my history. The last video I uploaded was a Normandy tutorial for Starfield, which did pretty well. But obviously, that's not going to be the bulk of my content here. It's definitely not the bulk of any content here. But let me know in the comments or elsewhere if you'd be actually be interested in the channel where I'm just kind of yapping about stuff about games and whatever's going on in my life. Just interesting insights that I might have, a la the style of my good friend Jake Baldino. I love his, Jake Baldino has his GameRax channel, but obviously he has his own Jake Baldino channel where he just, riffs about games, stuff that he loves, the things that he's thinking about. But that's not actually what I'm here to do at all. I'm actually here because Nintendo of America provided me with a physical copy of Nintendo World Championships NES Edition out right now for the Nintendo Switch out on July 18th, which is today. Now, I haven't had time to review this game, but I did receive also a digital copy, and Nintendo rarely sends out physical copies of their games. I think this is actually the first time Nintendo's ever actually sent me a physical copy of this game. So I figured, why not do an unboxing? So thank you, Nintendo. A product provided by Nintendo. I'm still getting used to the whole creator thing. As journalists, we don't have to do that. We just accept it and just deal with it. But I did play a little bit of the game for a bit, and so far I really agree with the GameSpot review. Now the GameSpot review gave it, I think, a 7. Yes. So the review written by one Steve Watts concludes. Nintendo World Championship NES Edition feels more like a platform than a game in and of itself. It's a set of tools to gently introduce players to speedrunning and to encourage some light competitive hooks. Even the NES Edition part of the name suggests that this is envisioned as an ongoing project with room for further exploration in the future. I hope it does, because this could serve as a great introduction to invite newcomers into the speedrunning community. So I think that's pretty much dead on. Like, I really do think that this game is really good, like intro thing for people who are not really familiar with the speedrunning rules, because there's very, very like little customization you can do in terms of like what you do. It's just about how fast you finish some of these challenges, and the games that are included in these challenges here are in alphabetical order: Balloon Fight, Donkey Kong, Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Metroid, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels, The Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Now, what's crazy is that when you start the game, this game actually tells you, like you might not have even been alive to remember the Nintendo World Championships, which is a crazy thing to tell people, especially since there's probably been a lot of 40-some-year-old people like me buying this, because we all grew up in the 90s when Nintendo World Championship fired up in Canada, if you can believe it or not, first. It was a competition first in Canada during the 100th anniversary of Nintendo. And then they introduced the World Championships to the US, popularized by the movie The Wizard. I remember hearing about the World Championships. Now, video game esports have always been kind of a thing. There's what is it, the Iron Galaxy network that looks at the classic games, scoreboards, and everything like that. But I think Nintendo was really one of the first to really kind of formalize it, and put a lot of like pomp and circumstance, kind of try to elevate it into more of a show type format, and that's what the World Championship was. I also remember Blockbuster Video had a bunch of these games too, where you could compete in the Blockbuster, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, qualifying to competitions in the Wikipedia in 2015 were at Best Buy. So I think for me, I remember the qualifying competitions were in like Blockbuster Videos for me, at least when I was growing up on Guam. But I never got the original Nintendo World Championship game cartridge. So that's why I'm really glad to have this. So I'm going to do an unboxing here. I don't want to waste too much of your time. You probably already know what the hell's in this box. I actually don't know anything about this. I only wanted the physical edition just to have it, I'm not probably not gonna even play that much. I'm not really into the speed running and everything. And also, as my other buddy Jeff Grubbs complained about loudly on Twitter, there are no online leaderboards, which is really weird. And it just feels like this is more of a game for you to have at home and to play with your family and just and like play with friends online. But you're not really like competing hardcore. So uh, let's get this open. Uh, Pop it off here. And so let's see. There's a lot going on in the back right here. So right there it says test your skills against the world and a bunch of French. Complete in weekly world championships, 150 challenges from 13 NES games. There's a speed run mode and then there's a party run mode for the multiplayer, right? Um, and includes a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at it. Let me just be really surprised by what's in it. I already saw there's a game cartridge and it has a gold cartridge, but that's really cool. All right, let's open this thing. I want to. I don't. I always don't want to like bend this, so I'm trying to like open it nicely without having to screw it up. But I think I might have to just force it out. So boy, why is this so hard to open? There you go. All right, I did it. See, didn't have to bend or tear anything. Alrighty. Here's a little sandwich of the stuff inside, right? I always like a good vertical stack. So let's pour some of this stuff out. All right. First two stuff. So here is what is this a case? Is this the case for the game? Let's open it up. Or is this where the pins are? I think there are supposed to be pins that came with this thing. Little doohickeys. Opening it up right here. Ooh, okay. Very cool. An original Super Mario Brothers Nintendo Entertainment System box art postcard. I remember when Nintendo games always said like action series or like shooter series or everything like that. This is when video game genres started to really like get cemented. So it's because of stuff like this that we start thinking about things like action game, adventure game, puzzle game, stuff like that. And then here's a beautiful Mario pixel art. Ooh, Zelda 2. Is this just a bunch of cards of all the games? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, here's the Legend of Zelda, right? Here's Link with the Triforce. That's cool. Here's Adventure Series with Metroid. I love this box. I always thought like, yeah, Metroid's an adventure. And here's Samus Aran. Uh, Donkey Kong with the Arcade Series logo right there. Now, I'll also say I'll also tell you which games I owned. So I did own Super Mario Brothers, of course. Everyone did, and it came with the NES. I did own Legend of Zelda. Did own Metroid. I did not have Donkey Kong on NES. I did play it on NES, but I never owned it. Kid Icarus I did own. There it is again the Adventure Series. Then there's Pit. Uh, Super Mario Brothers 2, really important game into my life. I think it's the first game I remember actually like buying, like going to a place to obtain a game. Because when I first got Nintendo games, my grandmother came from Japan with a box full of Famicom games and Famicom. So, and then later on, I got a box full of Nintendo games. But when Super Mario 2 came out, this was when we actually left the house to go buy Super Mario 2. So the Super Mario 2 I feel like is really the first game I ever owned or bought. Um and again, this is on Guam, so like there's no like game stores or malls or anything like that back in the 80s. So my dad's friend like came from the States and then like imported it personally to me to deliver it to me. So Super Mario 2 is a huge influential game in my life. I really loved it so much. Excite Bike. I played the hell out of this game too. Programmable series. I don't know what that means. But I played the hell out of Excite Bike. Me and my dad loved it. My dad really loved. He didn't really like video games, but he did like sports games, and he always played all the sports games with me. Super Dodgeball was one, and Super Volleyball, Extreme Beach Volleyball were games that not Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball. There was a Super Volleyball. and I have to look it up. I'm forgetting exactly what was it called, but we played that a lot. But we played the hell out of Excite Bike so much. Um, Ice Climber action series. I never got into Ice Climber. Ice Climber is a big knowledge gap for me in terms of Nintendo. So whenever they were in Smash, I was like, okay, cool. I remember those characters, but never mind thing. Same with Balloon Fight, action series. Never really played it. Never owned it. Of course, the classic Super Mario Bros. 3, the best cover, probably the most striking video game cover of all time. And then there's your Raccoon Mario, not Tanuki, just regular Raccoon Mario. Zelda 2 Adventure Link. This was a huge epic for me too. I don't remember if I ever beat this when I was a kid, but I definitely beat it when I was an adult. Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. This was always mythical to me. It always felt like something that I would never play, and then they finally released it for that the Mario set, and of course my profile picture on Twitter, Kirby. So cool. Awesome postcards. I love this. I can see it'll be so great to like decorate these on the wall. Like I can definitely see myself posting this up somewhere. That's a great Kirby, so I'm really happy with this. This is already, how much is this anyways? I'm sorry. I got this for free, and here I am telling you that you should totally get this. But how much actually is this product? Championship, Switch physical. It's just $60. Wow, are you kidding me? All right. Well, I think it's definitely worth $60. Honestly, the game itself is fun to have, and I feel like maybe they're kind of, but they do know that the game is pretty spare, so that maybe that's why they're offering all these like goodies basically for it. So, here is the actual game cartridge itself. Very pretty cover art. Basically the same stuff in the back. Now I wonder if there's a reversible cover. I guess I'll open it. It's only $60. Maybe I might just buy another copy of my own. But I will unwrap it. And let's see what it looks like. Yeah, if it's now that I know it's $60, next time I have a windfall of money, which is $60 again, I might just purchase another copy and leave that one just completely closed up. So, alrighty, here is the cartridge itself. Oop. And no reversible cover, just more portrayals of the 13 games on there. So, pretty cool. And here are the last two things. So here is another cool box. This is probably where the pins are at then, right? Let's get this open. Love to open plastic. Love the sound of plastic. And ooh, it's like a jewelry box you gotta open. Because sure enough, it is where the pins are at. These are cool pins. There's Nintendo World Champions, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and Metroid, and the actual logo itself. That's cool. I have a bag where I have just a bunch of Zelda pins that I got from the Tears of the Kingdom premiere event in New York. So I might just fill the bag up with more pins. So that's cool. And last but not least, here is the actual NES cartridge. It's there's no actual chip inside it or anything like that. It is just a shell. It's just a piece of plastic, but it is gold, 14 karat gold, maybe? No. But it does have the more logos of the 13 games there, a Nintendo logo. And yeah, this would be cool to have like a little like on display or whatever, I can see it. I can see, I just don't have any more shelf space. Like look at this, like I have a bunch of books and comics and there's my Sonic table and there's my Halo table and there's all the amiibo and I don't know where I could put this, but I think the sleeve itself is also really cool. So I think all of this is very well worth $60, especially if you're a huge Nintendo fan like myself. We talk about console wars and everything like that and fanboyism. I fully admit I'm a Nintendo fanboy completely. I can't I can't separate myself from that. I really can't. Nintendo was there before I even thought about, before I even learned how to read. Come on. So I don't know. So for a collector like me, someone who likes collecting Nintendo stuff, this is huge. And you know why I like I like collecting Nintendo stuff because also today I just got the Daisy amiibo. I just got it from Best Buy. Daisy, finally, Princess Daisy from Super Mario Land, Sahasrara Land or whatever in Super Mario Land is here. Luigi's girlfriend. I'm not gonna really open it right now. I'm considering just keeping her in the box. I have a bunch of other amiibo that I haven't opened yet either, because I just don't have any place to put them. So maybe I'll just keep them in the box because these packages are great. But yeah, Nintendo World Championships, 150 challenges from 13 new games or 13 NES games. Death Mountain Duel, Loose Change. So yeah, it's a lot of like collect a certain amount of coins in this amount of time, or get to the flag in this amount of time, or complete this challenge in this amount of time. So it's a curated list of challenges. Pretty fun. And if you're a millennial and you have kids for your own and you want to teach them a little history, is a good way to do it, and especially if you pair with the NES Online membership. Excuse me, membership where you can where you can just play a whole bunch of games with that subscription. A lot of these old classic games, including Kirby's Adventure, Mario, Metroid, everything. So really cool. Thank you again, Nintendo, for sending me this. I'm really, really happy. I'm just gonna buy another one. Ethically, I usually just buy another copy of a game that I'm sent anyways. Or I would at least buy the digital copy. So Nintendo did send me the digital code and physical copy of this one. So I will log off right now, close this window, and just buy another copy. But thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and if you think I should be pursuing more of a YouTube channel kind of career too. Because I do feel like I have a lot of stuff to like get off my chest, and I definitely don't want to just tweet about it because Twitter is just an awful place to like hold any kind of like nuanced discussion and everything like that. And I'm sure that whatever I say here could be taken out of context or whatever. But you know it's a better platform, at least for more longer form discussions. So let me know what you think. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the timeline. Take care, guys.